Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build. So today I am building another family home, and this time it's a base game only family house, and I am so excited to share it with you guys. I think this build turned out to be really pretty, and I've just been absolutely obsessed with doing base game only builds. I want to do a lot more of them. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to make any promises I can't keep, but I did share one last week, so if you guys did miss it, I will link it in the end card so you guys can watch it if you haven't already. I love the way that build turned out. You might be able to see it in parts of this video because it's actually on the lot across the road to the right, so maybe you'll be able to see it, but I will definitely link it so you guys can watch it if you haven't already. That one is a lot more rustic and a darker color scheme. This one I wanted to go for something that was pretty different, so it's a lot more of a light color scheme. It's very airy and bright, which I absolutely love. Like, this is the type of home that I love in real life, with lots of windows that lets in a lot of natural light, and the furniture is more of a light color. Definitely something that I prefer in my own houses in real life anyways. So absolutely love the way this build turned out, and I'm really excited to do more in the future. I'm not exactly sure when this video is being uploaded because I am currently pre-recording. This is actually the 4th voiceover that I've done today, which is a bit ridiculous. I don't think I've ever done 4 voiceovers in one day before, but I think it's going pretty well. But yeah, like I said, I'm not really sure when this voiceover or when this video is going up, but hopefully by now we have heard some news about the 350 swatches that we're supposed to be getting to base game, because once we get that update, I want to be doing a lot more base game only builds because I'm so excited, because even now I haven't really felt that limited with base game. There's a few items that I miss from other packs, or you know, just certain things, like mostly clutter is what I miss, or some furniture. I mean, there's definitely a lot of things that I miss from other packs, but I haven't really felt too restricted on building an entire family house. Like, this is a really good size family house. I think it's 3-bedroom. You could probably even turn it into 4 because I do an office area, and it's kind of open to the upstairs landing, but you could probably close it off if you would like to, but we'll see that when we get onto the interior. There's also a sunroom, and I love the sunroom because glass roofs are completely base game, which is really nice. And then in the backyard, there's some monkey bars. I did miss the swing set. I probably would have placed that instead, but the monkey bars are totally okay. And then I also did a pool area, and then there's like a few activities like a chess table and all kinds of stuff. I just really love this house, so I'm very excited to share it with you guys. Hopefully you guys will like it, but definitely let me know what you guys think. And yeah, after that update, I can't wait to see what they do. I'm like so excited. So hopefully by the time I upload this, we've heard something. I don't know, it's going to go up while I'm at EA Play, so yeah, hopefully we've heard something by the time I'm there. I'm really excited. I can't wait. I can't believe it's less than a week away. It's gonna be a great time. But anyways, so here I have the basic shape of the house figured out. I'm going on into the interior, working out the floor plan. I definitely wanted to get this figured out before I finished the entire exterior and did all of the landscaping. The upstairs isn't perfect because the office area is a little bit awkward, but I kind of like it because I was picturing a specific family to live here. I was kind of thinking this would be like maybe an aunt or something, or a single mom. I'm not exactly sure, but I kind of figured it was a single lady that lived here with 2 kids, and I kind of like the aunt idea because I do single parent households quite often, but I don't really do that many that is like an aunt or like a grandparent living with their grandchildren, or you know, niece and nephew, something like that. But I do have a few for my save though, so definitely look out for that when I do my showcases for the individual worlds. Oh, speaking of that, I finished Brindleton Bay and I did share a speed build of it. I am so excited about it. I can't believe that world is finished. Now I just have to go through and make sure all the townies are exactly the way I want them, give them skills and careers and relationships, and then play test each of the builds too. So I have quite a bit of work to do, but building definitely takes the longest. So I'm so happy to have each of the builds done. And I actually did no renovations in Brindleton Bay. I built every single thing from scratch, so it's kind of exciting. But here I'm actually building the sunroom that I was talking about, and I absolutely love this room. I could probably place a sunroom in every single build that I do and never get bored of it. I really want one in real life, so hopefully I will get one eventually. I was thinking that I gave it a glass roof, but I don't think I do because of the room on top of it. I don't think it would have worked quite right. So I think I'll leave it just like that, but it has full floor to ceiling windows all around it, and I think that looks really good. It lets in so much light, and it's so pretty. I really could do either one of those or like a greenhouse in every build and be completely content. I love them so much. But here I'm starting with the back of the house, just moving the porch a little bit more around the house. And then also I have the pool area, and I concrete around the pool and make some pathways. I felt like this build just suited the concrete a lot more, because recently I've done a few more builds with terrain paint because I felt like it just suited those more, kind of having the natural look. But this one I definitely thought that the concrete looked a little bit better. And then back here I also get some monkey bars, and then I do a bunch of landscaping. I wasn't working on a budget or anything, so I kind of went crazy with the landscaping, but I really like it. I put a bunch of trees and bushes. I don't think it's overdone though, because I don't think that suits this build really nicely. I think it's still kind of tidy. But here I am placing an outdoor dining table. I do end up moving that over here by the fence and making the pathway a little bit bigger. But these plants, these flower hedges, whatever you want to call them, I'm not exactly sure. I've been obsessed with them lately. I've been using them in basically every landscape that I've done. I think so. Yeah, pretty recently I've used them a lot, and I absolutely like them. Here I was trying to create some lounge chairs. Unfortunately, this was definitely something I was missing from other packs. We don't have that many ottomans in base game. I would like to see more added, because the ones that we have are very traditional and they don't really work for creating lounge chairs. Or maybe they could just add some actual lounge chairs to game. I would definitely prefer that, because I feel like we should really have lounge chairs by now. So hopefully that will come eventually. Maybe if we get like the tropical world that everybody's been speculating, that would be like the perfect pack to have lounge chairs. So hopefully we will have lounge chairs eventually, because I would really love that. But here I'm just continuing with the landscaping around the build, just adding a bunch of greenery, a little bit of flowers, and I think it looks really nice. I also really like that little bit of detail I did with the terrain paint around the concrete here in the front. I also do it in the side, but I forgot to do it around the back. I think I placed like a little bit of terrain paint around the back, just some like dirt and stuff, but not the pebbles. But either way, I think it looks good just in the front and the side. And I think that's it for the landscaping in the front. But here I'm moving on to the back, continuing with the same flower hedges that I've been using all over this build. I just love them so much, especially with those low-lying yellow plants, I think is what they're called. It creates a lot more depth. Does that sound cheesy? It sounds a little bit cheesy to me, but that's exactly what I think. It just adds more layers, and I feel like it makes the landscaping look more interesting. At least when I do landscaping, having things at different heights I think always looks a lot better. So definitely liked including those. And here I have a little seating area on the front porch, and I think that's really cute, and some plants by the front door. And then here in the back I have the barbecue, and I do this bench. We got this bench I think in an update at some point. I forget exactly when. I think it's been a while, but I placed it out here with some candles next to it, a few more plants, and then a chest table over here. And I think that's basically it for the exterior. I don't think I really add anything else, so it's kind of simple, but I think it looks really good. And then over here is of course the sunroom. So in here I have an art easel with a few art supplies, some planters, and a few random decorations, but I absolutely love the way this room turned out. It's so pretty in my opinion. I love the siding with like the concrete floors that I chose. I really like this combination. I think it's very pretty. And so you will notice that in this build, I placed quite a few art supplies. So I did imagine the aunt or the parents or whoever you have living in this build is an artist, but I was also thinking that they are a style influencer, because I put the inspiration board upstairs so they can do some work. So it's kind of like their work from home area. And I think that's really nice, but I also imagine they do some classical painting too. So that's why I put the art easel in there. But over here is going to be the living room. So this was a bit of an awkward shape, but I actually end up really liking it. And I put something over by the front window, maybe another chess table. I forget exactly what I put over there. So maybe she really likes chess too, or somebody really likes chess, because there is two. But definitely if you have a different pack, maybe get together, you could place the Don't Wake the Llama table either here or outside. There is a card table that's base game, so you could definitely replace one of those, or do just a regular table that your Sims can sit at, and they could sit there and have breakfast in the living room, which would be nice, even though the dining table is just through the archway. I'm sure you guys can make it work, but I loved using these couches here. I don't really like to use these couches very often, but with this base game style that I was going for, I felt like they actually worked really nicely. The color was really pretty. I really hope that they actually update the shape of these couches. I doubt it'll ever happen, but all I want them to do is really change the shape of the arms because they're so boxy and they look like it's a thin layer of plastic or maybe fabric stretched over a box, and it looks like it would be really hard and not comfortable at all, and it always really bothers me. So yeah, I doubt they'll ever do it, but I would love those couches updated, even just some more color swatches, because there's a few that are textured. I don't think I've ever actually used them. I probably should use them in a build, so maybe another base game only build that I do, but either way, those couches work nice in here. And then this is going to be the downstairs bathroom. So there is a stand-up shower in here, the toilet and sink. So it is a full bathroom, which is really nice. And then this area over here by the back door that I will decorate in just a moment. This is kind of like a laundry room or mud room. I put some laundry decorations in here because if I was going to add a washer and dryer, this is exactly where I would put it. So if you have laundry day, you could definitely do that. Or if you don't have laundry day, you could keep it as is or repurpose it for maybe a gardening station. If you have seasons, that would be so cute. So I think there's a lot of possibilities, but I decided a laundry station would look really nice. And then over here I hang up a coat rack and a piece of artwork and I think a plant in the corner, kind of like the basic things to fill in a space in The Sims, at least for me. So some art and some plants are always the way to go, and I think it looks really nice. And that's it for the whole living area. Then over here is going to be the kitchen, and I was going to do this like wraparound thing with the counters, and I could have made it work, but I wanted there to be an island, and the way the top of the island sticks out, they would have overlapped weird, and there probably would have been a lot of clipping. So I decided just to have the island facing this way, so it's kind of awkward, especially with the placement of the windows, but I also really like it because it makes this room so bright. There's a lot of natural light coming in here, and personally, this is something that I really like in real life. And I use these cabinets. I actually used them recently, and I don't use them a whole lot, but in here, and especially in this color, I think is really pretty. And then I use this tile as a backsplash. I don't use this tile a whole lot because usually I go for the Parenthood tile. I just can't help it. It's my favorite tile in game, but I actually really liked this tile in this build. I felt like it kind of worked for the color scheme that I was going for, and it looked really nice. Oh, and there I just placed this, I think it's a My Sims doll statue is what they're called, but it's like a pizza man holding a pizza in his hand, and I thought it was kind of fun. It added a little bit of personality to this kitchen and a little bit of color, and I thought it was just so fun. As soon as I placed it, I was like, I need to use this item a lot more. I have used it a few different times in kitchens, and I always think it's adorable, but I think especially in this build, because it was so tidy and kind of all the same color, I just felt like it worked that much more. So I really enjoyed placing that. And then over here is the dining table. I think it's, yeah, a nice dining table. I put a bulletin board on the wall and then some postcards on it, just a few, and then this china cabinet in the corner, and I thought that looked really nice. And it's a pretty nice kitchen area, but here we are moving on to the upstairs, and this is going to be the bathroom, and it's the only bathroom up here, so there's 2 in the whole build, and I think that's perfectly fine. I usually like to try to fit en-suites in. Basically, the more bathrooms, the better, but I felt like for this side of the house, this was totally fine, especially since they're both full bathrooms, and in here I was able to fit the shower and tub combo, so that's really nice in case you ever need a bathtub. But over here is going to be the office space, so it's kind of awkward. If you wanted to, you could probably close it in to be another bedroom, but I felt like it worked really nicely for this, and you could probably also turn it into a really cute play area if you wanted to. I think that would be really adorable. But I placed the inspiration board, there's a computer, the digital drawing tablet, a camera. I think everything that the type of sim who is a style influencer would want. And if you have the Get Famous expansion pack, there's a streaming station, and I think that would kind of work too. So depending on what packs you have or what you want the sim to do, I think that could probably work. But I think this area turns out to be really nice, and I really like using this leaning artwork that came with the latest update. I thought the colors were perfect. I did have to size it down though, and all you have to do is hit the left bracket key to size an object down because it was kind of clipping into the curtains. And then if you want to size it up, all you have to do is hit the right bracket key, so it's really easy. And then over here I place a table. Later on I actually add that hand statue that came with the last update. I think it's like a reference hand for like a drawing reference, and so I placed that over there, and I think it's actually a really cool item, and I haven't used it a whole lot. Maybe one other time I've used it in a build, so I definitely need to use it more often. But yeah, that's basically it for the landing area. I do think I make the kids' room a little bit bigger, and make the hallway a little bit smaller leading to this other bedroom. But I'm just getting wallpaper sorted out now. And yeah, here I'm just making it a little bit bigger, and I think this totally works. That way I had more space to put some items in this kid's bedroom. And I use this speckly wallpaper that I think is really cool. And I was trying to use these curtains, but I think the placement of the windows was making it a little bit hard. I don't know. I felt like it was looking awkward, so I don't end up keeping them and just using some regular white curtains that aren't really special. But I really like these with the stars, and I feel like I always forget about that swatch, so I definitely need to use them at some point. But there I switched out the curtains, and then I was going to use this bed, but I think I switched it out later on too for a different color that kind of works more with the color scheme, because I felt like the leaves with the green didn't really work with the purple and more brighter colors that I was going for. So I do switch it out at some point, I think more towards the end. But here I'm just placing some items around. For whatever reason, this bookcase doesn't have any snapping points on top of it, so I am using the OMSP shelf to place items on top of it. This OMSP shelf is so handy. I actually talked about it pretty recently, but I've been getting comments asking about this shelf. So it is a CC item. I don't leave it in my builds. It's not required to download the build. It's just a tool that I use to place items a little bit more freely, because you have a lot more control with raising objects up to the surface level that you want, because you can use the 9 and 0 key to raise objects up and down, but you don't have that much control at what level they land at. And sometimes things are floating, and I used to ignore it, but now that I have that shelf, yeah, it makes everything so much better. So I use it all the time. It is linked in the description if you guys want to check it out. And I've done a tutorial where I used it a little bit, but I definitely want to do like a full tutorial explaining how it works and everything, because it's my favorite item. After using it, I don't think I could build without it. I mean, I know I could, but I don't want to. So I really enjoy it. But over here is going to be the teenager's bedroom. And like I said, I go for like a gray color scheme. And I think the reason I did another musician's bedroom is because of this bed swatch. I really wanted to use it. I used it pretty recently. Actually, I think in the other base game build. Yeah, I think I did. But I love this like gray with the orange. I thought it was really fun. And then the guitars made me think that maybe the kid that lives here is into instruments, so I place, yeah, a couple of those, and then I have some posters, random decorations around. Oh, there I'm placing that hand statue that I was talking about, the reference hand. And then over here I do this side table, and I think this is really cool because I think this is a fish tank, and it's kind of like a haunted house or something. I'm not exactly sure, but I thought that looked really cool. And then I placed some clothes on the floor with some sports equipment and just random items that I could find that I felt like would work really nicely in a teenager's bedroom, and I actually really like it. So I think it turned out really nice. But over here is going to be the master bedroom, and I use this bed. This is probably my favorite swatch of this bed. Unfortunately, this is like one of the worst beds in game, so your Sims are going to hate it. They're going to complain that their backs hurt. But it's actually a really nice looking bed. I like how simple it is, and it actually looks really soft and comfortable. I definitely think there's other beds that are supposed to be nicer that don't look as soft and comfortable. So yeah, I just really like this bed, even though your Sims are gonna hate it. But this is basically it for the build. I just add a few more decorations into this bedroom, and then we are already onto the screenshots. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and if you guys wanna see more base game only builds, definitely let me know. And if you have ideas for households or styles or anything like that, definitely let me know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye! I am a woman, not here to please you. It's time to move on, cause my time is now. I am a woman, play by my own rules. I got my 2 feet on solid ground, and then I